Welcome to Sculpture Studios. For this job, a client has asked us to make a large polystyrene dog for them, and this was for a Shinola Detroit shop window display. In a kind of doggy in the window fashion, the initial design had a very puppyish look of a plush toy. The client later changed this design to a more German shepherd head, and this had slightly sharper and more wolf-like features. As usual, we start with the designs, a front-on view and a side plan, and we scale it up onto polystyrene using an overhead projector. Here we're using our hot wire table to cut the cubist forms and remove the bulk of the waste material. Not only does this save time from carving straight from a full block, but it also gives a good first impression as to what the shape should be like from the start. We always think it's important to refer to concept images when creating a piece of sculpture like this, and this cutout is directly taken from the final designs, so already we know we're on the right track. Aden's now going to start getting on with the carving process, and here you can see he's remarking where the features are going to be. It's very important to keep these reminders, as it's amazing how quickly your design disappears once you start taking away the surface.
This is my homemade hot wire. Got a little trigger on top so I can turn it off and on. My own little homemade one with my name on the side, but it allows me to control it quite easily. It'll take off great big lumps to start with. Be a bit brave with this part. Great big areas. Acts like a giant kind of cheese wire. Just going to round it all off. And the idea of that is to lose all the kind of cubic sort of corners, and I can start to see how it looks shaping all around. And what I'm going to do is split the whole job around, so I'll bring it all down together in one piece and see how we get on. I'll speed it up from now.
The best time for Aden to carve is in the evenings, as generally there are less phone calls, less distractions, and he can crack on and really get right into it. He can then come back to work the following morning with fresh eyes and review the work he's done the night before. As well as this, he can also get third-party opinions from colleagues and clients in case any changes need to be made. For this job, it was important for the client to have the dog kept in two sections, as it needed to be managed by two people. It was also going to be placed in a relatively tight space in the shop, so it needed to be kept broken down in two halves in order to get it in there. As the client was planning on having this dog upholstered with a fabric of some sort, like the original concept image, it wouldn't matter that we leave the seam line on it. This also meant that no external finish was required on our part, and this was a nice fast turnaround job. Often we apply a plaster render, or for more permanent installations we go to work with glass fibre, but in this case it could be left as pure polystyrene. We often get asked if we plan to make any polystyrene demonstration videos, but to be honest, these project clips we think are probably the best kind of demonstration. As polystyrene carving itself is a relatively simple action in many ways, as it doesn't require any expensive tools or any speciality technique, the best way to learn is to just give it a go. Aden's skill comes from years of practice, developing a good eye for accuracy, size and scale, and committing each time. The best way to learn is to make mistakes, and this is something Aden doesn't do much of nowadays when it comes to polystyrene carving. Practice makes perfect. So there we are, a large basic polystyrene puppy made for Shinola Detroit. Please feel free to leave any comments below, as they're always appreciated, and hit the subscribe button for our latest videos. You can like Sculpture Studios on Facebook, and for more of our work, visit sculpturestudios.co.uk. Thank you very much for watching.